Act 1, Scene 1. Padua, a public place.
Tranio, since for the great desire I had to see fair Padua, nursery of arts, I am arrived for fruitful Lombardy, the pleasant garden of great Italy, and by my father's love and leave am armed with his good will and thy good company. My trusty servant, well approved in all, here let us breathe and happily institute a course of learning and ingenious studies. And therefore, Tranio, for the time I study, virtue and that part of philosophy will I apply the treats of happiness, by virtue specially to be achieved. Tell me thy mind, for I have Pisa left and am to Padua come, as he that leaves a shallow plush to plunge him in the deep, and with satiety seeks to quench his thirst.
I am in all affected as yourself, glad that you thus continue your resolve to suck the sweets of sweet philosophy. Only, good master, while we do admire this virtue and this moral discipline, let's be no Stoics nor no stocks, I pray. Also devote to Aristotle's checks, as Ovid be an outcast quite abjured. Balk logic with acquaintance that you have, and practice rhetoric in your common talk. Music and poesy used to quicken you, the mathematics and metaphysics, fall to them as you find your stomach serves you. No profit grows where no pleasure taken. In brief, sir, study what you most affect.
Gentlemen, importune me no farther, for how I am resolved you know, that is, not bestow my youngest daughter before I have a husband for the elder. If either of you both love Caterina, because I know you well and love you well, leave shall you have to court her at your pleasure.
To cart her, rather. She's too rough for me. There, Hortensio, will you any wife?
I pray you, sir, is it your will to make a stale of me amongst these mates?
Mates, maid? How mean you that? No mates for you, unless you were of gentler, milder mould.
I'faith, sir, you shall never need to fear. I wish it is not halfway to her heart, but if it were, doubt not her care should to comb your noddle with a three-legged stole, and paint your face and use you like a fool.
From all such devils, good Lord deliver us.
And me too, good Lord.
Gentlemen, that I may soon make good what I have said. Bianca, get you in, and let not it displease thee, good Bianca, for I will love thee ne'ertheless, my girl.
A pretty Pete, it is best. Put finger in the eye, and she knew why.
Sister, content you in my discontent. Sir, to your pleasure humbly I subscribe. My books and instruments shall be my company, on them to took and practice by myself.
Signor Baptista, will you be so strange? Sorry am I that our good will affects Bianca's grief.
Why, will you mew her up, Signor Baptista, for this fiend of hell, and make her bear the penance of her tongue?
Gentlemen, content ye. I am resolved. Go in, Bianca. And for I know she taketh most delight in music, instruments, and poetry. Schoolmasters will I keep within my house, fit to instruct her youth. If you, Hortensio, or Signor Gremio, you, know any such, prefer them hither. For to come in, I will be very kind and liberal to mine own children in good bringing up. And so, farewell, Caterina. You may stay, for I have more to commune with Bianca.
Why, and I trust I may go too, may I not? What shall I be appointed hours, as though belike I knew not what to take and what to leave? Ha!
Farewell. Yet for the love I bear my sweet Bianca, if I can by any means light on a fit man to teach her that wherein she delights, I will wish him to her father.
So will I, Signor Gremio, but a word, I pray. It touches us both, that we may yet again have access to our fair mistress, and be happy rivals in Bianca's love, to labour and effect one thing specially.
What's that, I pray?
Marry, sir, to get a husband for her sister.
A husband, a devil!
I say a husband.
I say a devil! Thinkest thou, Hortensio, though her father be very rich, any man is so very a fool to be married to hell?
Tush, Gremio, though it pass your patience and mine to endure her loud alarms, why, man, there be good fellows in the world, and a man could light on them, would take her with all her faults, and money enough.
I am agreed. And would I had given him the best horse in Padua to begin his wooing, that would thoroughly wed her and bed her and rid the house of her. Come on.
I pray, sir, tell me, is it possible that love should of a sudden take such hold?
Tranio, till I found it to be true, I never thought it possible or likely. Oh, Tranio, I burn. I pine, I perish, Tranio, if I achieve not this modest young girl.
Master, you looked so longingly on the maid. Perhaps you mark not what's the pith of all.
Oh, yes. I saw sweet beauty in her face.
Saw you no more. Marked you not how her sister began to scold and raise up such a storm that mortal ears might hardly endure the din?
Tranio, I saw her coral lips to move, and with her breath even perfume the air. Sacred and sweet was all I saw in her.
Nay, then 'tis time to stir him from his trance. I pray, awake, sir! If you love the maid, bend your thoughts and wits to achieve her. Thus it stands, her eldest sister is so cursed and shrewd that till the father rids his hands of her, master, your love must live a maid at home. And therefore has he closely mewed her up, because she will not be annoyed with Sita.
Tranio, what a cruel father's he! But art thou not advised? He took some care to get her cunning schoolmasters to instruct her.
Aye, marry, am I, sir, now 'tis plotted.
I have it, Tranio.
Master, for my hand, both our inventions meet and jump in one.
Tell me thine first.
You will be schoolmaster and undertake the teaching of the maid. That's your device.
It is. May it be done?
Oh, not possible. For who shall bear your part and be in Padua here Vincentio's son, keep house and ply his books, welcome his friends, visit his countrymen and banquet?
Basta, content thee, for I have it full. We have not yet been seen in any house, nor can we lie distinguished by our faces for man or master. Then it follows thus. Thou shalt be master, Tranio, in my stead. Keep house and port and servants as I should, and I will some other be, some Florentine.
Oh, so had you in need, in brief, sir. Sit at your pleasure, sir, and I am tied to be obedient, for so your father charged me at our parting. Be serviceable to my son, quoth he, although I think it was in another sense. But I am content to be Lucentio, because so well I love Lucentio.
Oh, Tranio, be so, because Lucentio loves. And let me be a slave to achieve that maid whose sudden sight hath thralled my wounded eye.
Act 1, Scene 2, Padua, before Hortensio's house.
Verona, for a while I take my leave to see my friends in Padua. But of all my best beloved and approved friend, Hortensio! I trow this is his house.
How now? What's the matter? My old friend Grumio and my good friend Petruchio. Tell me now, sweet friend, what happy gale blows you to Padua here from old Verona?
Such wind as scatters young men through the world to seek their fortunes farther than at home where small experience grows. But in a few, Signor Hortensio, thus it stands with me. Antonio, my father, is deceased, and I have thrust myself into this maze, happily to wive and thrive as best I may. Crowns in my purse I have, and goods at home, so I'm come abroad to see the world.
Petruchio, shall I then come roundly to thee and wish thee to a shrewd, ill-favoured wife? Thou'dst thank me but a little for my counsel, and yet I'll promise thee she shall be rich, and very rich, but thou'rt too much, my friend, and I'll not wish thee to her.
Signor Hortensio, twixt such friends as we, few words suffice, and therefore, if you know one rich enough to be Petruchio's wife, as wealth is burden of my wooing dance, be she as foul as was Florentius' love, or old as Sybil, or as cursed and shrewd as Socrates' Xanthopy, or worse, she moves me not, or not removes at least affection's edge in me, were she as rough as are the swelling Adriatic seas. I come to wive it wealthily in Padua. If wealthily, then happily in Padua.
Look you, sir, he tells you flatly what his mind is. Why, give him gold enough and marry him to a puppet, or an aglet baby, or an old trot with ne'er a tooth in her head. She have as many diseases as 52 horses. Why, nothing comes amiss, so money comes with all.
Petruchio, since we are stepped thus far in, I will continue that I broached in jest. I can, Petruchio, help thee to a wife with wealth enough, and young and beauteous, brought up as best becomes a gentlewoman. Her only fault, and that is false enough, is that she is intolerable, cursed, and shrewd, and froward, and so beyond all measure, that were my state far worse than it is, I would not wed her for a mine of gold.
Hortensio, peace. Thou know'st not gold's effect. Tell me her father's name, and 'tis enough. For I will board her, though she chide as loud as thunder when the clouds in autumn crack.
Her father is Baptista. Her father is Baptista Minola, an affable and courteous gentleman. Her name is Caterina Minola, renowned in Padua for her scolding tongue.
I know her father, though I know not her. I will, and he knew my deceased father well. I'll not sleep, Hortensio, till I see her, and therefore let me be thus bold with you to give you over at this first encounter, unless you will accompany me thither.
I pray you, sir, let him go while the humour lasts. Oh, my word, and she knew him as well as I do. She would think scolding would do little good upon him. She may perhaps call him half a score knaves or so. Why, that's nothing. And he begins once, he'll rail in his rope tricks. I'll tell you what, sir, and she stand him but a little, he will throw a figure in her face and so disfigure her with it that she shall have no more eyes to see withal than a cat. You know him not, sir.
Tarry, Petruchio, I must go with thee, for in Baptista's keep my treasure is. He hath the jewel of my life in hold, his youngest daughter, beautiful Bianca, and her withholds from me and other more suitors to her, and rivals in my love, supposing it a thing impossible, for those defects I have well rehearsed that ever Caterina will be wooed. Therefore this order hath Baptista tamed, that none shall have access unto Bianca till Caterina the cursed have got a husband.
Katharina the Cursed, a title for a maid, all titles the worst.
Now shall my friend Petruchio do me grace and offer me, disguised in sober robes, to old Baptista as a schoolmaster, well seen in music, to instruct Bianca, so that so I may by this device at least have leave and leisure to make love to her, and unsuspected court her by herself.
Oh, here's no knavery. See to beguile the old folks how the young folks lay their heads together. Master! Master, look about you. Who goes there, huh?
Peace, Grumio. It is the rival of my love. Petruchio, stand by a while.
He's a proper stripling and amorous.
Oh, very well. I have perused the note. Hark you, sir. I'll have them very fairly bound. All books of love, see that at any hand. And see you read no other lectures to her. You understand me? Over and beside Signor Baptista's liberality, I'll mend it with a largesse. Take your paper too, and let me have them very well perfumed, for she is sweeter than perfume itself for who they go to. What will you read to her?
Whate'er I read to her, I'll plead for you as for my patron, and stand you so assured, as firmly as yourself was still in place. Yea, and perhaps with more successful words than you, unless you were a scholar, sir.
This learning, what a thing it is.
Oh, this woodcock, what an arse it is.
Shush, peace, man.
Grumio, mum, God save you, Signor Grumio.
And you are well met, Signor Hortensio. Show you whither I am going, To see Baptista Minola. I promise to inquire carefully about a schoolmaster for the fair Bianca, and by good fortune I have lighted well on this young man, for learning and behaviour fit for her turn, well read in poetry and other books, good ones, I warrant you.
'Tis well, and I have met a gentleman hath promised me to help me to another, a fine musician, to instruct our mistress. So shall I no whit be behind in duty to fair Bianca, so beloved of me.
Beloved of me, and that my deed shall prove.
And that his bag shall prove.
Grumio, 'tis now no time to vent our love. Listen to me, and if you speak me fair, I'll tell you news indifferent good for either. Here is a gentleman whom by chance I met, upon agreement from us to his liking, will undertake to woo cursed Caterina, yea, and marry her, if her dowry please.
So said, so done as well. Hortensio, have you told him all her faults?
I know she's an irksome, schooling, brawling scold. If that be all, masters, I hear no harm.
No, say so, friend. What countryman?
Born in Verona, old Antonio's son. My father dead, my fortune lives for me, and I do hope good days and long to see.
Oh, sir, such a life with such a wife was strange. But if you have a stomach to it, in God's name, you shall have me assisting you in all. But will you woo this wildcat?
Will I live?
Will he woo her? Aye, or I'll hang her.
Why came I hither but to that intent? Think you a little din can daunt my ears? Have I not heard in my time lions roar? Have I not heard the sea puffed up with wind's rage like an angry boar chafed with sweat? Have I not heard great ordnance in the field and heaven's artillery thunder in the skies? Have I not in a pitched battle heard loud larums neighing steeds and trumpets clang? And do you tell me of a woman's tongue that gives not half so great a blow to hear as will a chestnut in a farmer's fire? Fear boys with bugs.
But he fears none.
Hortensio, hark! This gentleman is happily arrived, my mind presumes, for his own good and ours.
I promised we would be contributors and bear his charging of wooing whatsoever.
And so we will, provided that he woo her.
I would, as were I sure as of a good dinner.
Act 2, Scene 1, Padua, in Baptista's house.
Good sister, wrong me not, nor wrong yourself to make a bondmaid and slave of me, that I disdain. But for these other gauds unbind my hands. I'll pull them off myself, yea, all my raiment to my petticoat. Or what you will command me will I do, so well I know my duty to my elders.
Of all thy suitors, here I charge thee, tell whom thou lovest best, see thou dissemble not.
Believe me, sister, of all the men alive, I never yet beheld that special face which I could fancy more than any other.
Minion, thou liest. Is not Hortensio?
Go if you affect him, sister. Here I swear I'll plead for you myself, but you shall have him.
Oh, then belike you fancy riches more. You will have Gremio to keep you fair.
Is it for him you do envy me so? Nay then, you jest, and now I will perceive you have but jested with me all this while. I prithee, sister Kate, untie my hands.
If that be jest, then all the rest was so.
Oh.
Why, how now, dame? Whence grows this insolence? Bianca, stand aside. Poor girl, she weeps. Go ply thy needle. Meddle not with her. For shame. Thou helding of a devilish spirit, why dost thou wrong her that did ne'er wrong thee? When did she cross thee with a bitter word?
Her silence flouts me, and I'll be revenged.
Oh, what? In my sight? Bianca, get thee in.
What, will you not suffer me? Nay, now I see she is your treasure. She must have a husband. I must dance barefoot on her wedding day, and for your love to lead apes in hell. Talk not to me. I will go sit and weep till I can find occasion of revenge.
Was ever gentleman thus grieved as I? But who comes here?
Good morrow, neighbour Baptista.
Ah, good morrow, neighbour Gremio. God save you, gentlemen.
And you, good sir. Pray, have you not a daughter called Katerina, fair and virtuous?
I have a daughter, sir, called Katerina.
You are too blunt. Go to it orderly.
You wrong me, Signor Grumio. Give me leave. I am a gentleman of Verona, sir, that hearing of her beauty and her wit, her affability and bashful modesty, her wondrous qualities and mild behaviour, am bold to show myself a forward guest within your house, and make mine eye the witness of that report which I so oft have heard. And for an entrance to my entertainment, I do present you with a man of mine, coming in music and the mathematics to instruct her fully in those sciences, whereof I know she is not ignorant. Except of him, or else you do me wrong. His name is Liccio, born in Mantua.
You are welcome, sir, and he, for your good sake. But for my daughter Katerina, this is what I know. She is not for your turn. The more my grief.
I see you do not mean to part with her, or else you like not of my company.
Mistake me not. I speak but as I find. Whence are you, sir? What may I call your name?
Petruchio is my name, Antonio's son. A man well known throughout all Italy.
I know him well. You are welcome for his sake.
Saving your sake, Petruchio, I pray, let us that are poor petitioners speak too. Becare, you are marvellous forward.
Pardon me, Signor Grumio, I would fain be doing.
I doubt it not, sir, but you will curse your wooing. Neighbour, this is a gift very grateful, I am sure of it. To express the like kindness myself that hath been more kindly beholding to you than any, freely give unto you this young scholar that have been long studying at Rheims, as cunning in Greek, Latin, and other languages as the other in music and mathematics. His name is Cambio. Pray, accept his service.
Oh, 1,000 thanks, Signor Gremio. Welcome, good Cambio. But, gentle sir, methinks you walk like a stranger. May I be so bold to know the cause of your coming?
Pardon me, sir. The boldness is mine own, that being a stranger in this city here, do make myself a suitor to your daughter, unto Bianca, fair and virtuous. Nor is your firm resolve unknown to me in the preferment of the eldest sister. This liberty is all that I request, that upon knowledge of my parentage, I may have welcome amongst the rest that woo and free access and favour as the rest. And toward the education of your daughters, I here bestow a simple instrument and this small packet of Greek and Latin books. If you accept of them, then their worth is great.
Lucentio is your name. Of whence, I pray?
Of Pisa, sir, son to Vincentio.
Ah, a mighty man of Pisa. By report, I know him well. You are very welcome, sir. Take you the lute, and you the set of books. You shall go see your pupils presently. Hollow within! Ah, Sirrah, lead these gentlemen to my daughters, and tell them both these are their tutors. Bid them use them well. We will go walk a little in the orchard, and then to dinner. You are passing welcome, and so I pray you all to think yourselves.
Signor Baptista, my business asketh haste, and every day I cannot come to woo. You knew my father well, and in him me, left solely heir to all his lands and goods, which I have bettered rather than decreased. Then tell me, if I get your daughter's love, what dowry shall I have with her to wife?
After my death, the 1/2 of my lands, and in possession, 20,000 crowns.
And for that dowry, I'll assure her of her widowhood, be it that she survive me, in all my lands and leases whatsoever. Let specialities be therefore drawn between us, that covenants may be kept on either hand.
Aye, when the special thing is well obtained. That is, her love, for that is all in all.
Well, that is nothing. For I tell you, Father, I am as peremptory as she proud-minded. And where two fires raging meet together, they do consume the thing that feeds their fury. Though little fire grows great with little wind, yet extreme gusts blow out fire and all. So I to her, and so she yields to me. For I am rough, woo not like a babe.
Well, mayst thou woo, and happy be thy speed. But be thou armed for some unhappy words.
Aye, to the proof, as mountains are for winds that shake not though they blow perpetually.
Ah, how now, my friend? Why dost thou look so pale?
For fear, I promise you, if I look pale.
What, will my daughter prove a good musician?
I think she'll sooner prove a soldier. Iron may hold with her, but never lutes.
Why, then thou canst not break her to the lute?
Why, no, for she has broke the lute to me. I did but tell her she mistook her frets and bowed her hand to teach her fingering when, with a most impatient devilish spirit, "Frets call you these?" quoth she. "I'll fume with them." And with that word she struck me on the head, and though the instrument, my pate, made way, and there I stood amazed for a while, and as on a pillory looking through the lute, while she did call me a rascal fiddler and twangling jack, with 20 such vile terms as she had studied to misuse me so.
Now, by the world, it is a lusty wench. I love her 10 times more than e'er I did. How long till I have some chat with her?
Well, go in with me, and be not so discomfited. Proceed in practice with my younger daughter. She's apt to learn and thankful for good turns. Signor Petruchio, will you go with us? Or shall I send my daughter Kate to you?
I'll attend her here, and woo her with some spirit when she comes. Say that she rail. Why, then I'll tell her plain she sings as sweetly as a nightingale. Say that she frown. I'll say she looks as clear as morning roses newly washed with dew. Say she be mute, and will not speak a word, then I'll commend her volubility. And say she uttereth piercing eloquence. If she do bid me pack, I'll give her thanks, as though she bid me stay by her a week. If she deny to wed, I'll crave the day when I shall ask the banns, and when be married. But here she comes. Now, Petruchio, speak. Good morrow, Kate, for that's your name, I hear.
Well have you heard, but something hard of hearing. They call me Katerina, that do talk of me.
You lie, in faith, for you're called plain Kate, and bonny Kate, and sometimes Kate the Cursed, but Kate, and the prettiest Kate in Christendom, Kate of Kate Hall, my super dainty Kate. For dainties are all Kates, and therefore, Kate, take this of me, Kate of my consolation. Hearing thy mildness praised in every town, thy virtues spoke of, and thy beauty sounded, yet not so deeply as to thee belongs, myself am moved to woo thee for my wife.
Moved? In good time. Let him that moved you hither remove you hence. I knew you at the first, you were immovable.
Why, what's a movable?
A joined stool.
Thou hast it! Come, sit on me.
Horses are made to bear, and so are you.
Women are made to bear, and so are you.
No such jade as you, if me you mean.
Alas, good Kate, I will not burden thee, for knowing thee to be but young and light.
Too light for such a swain as you to catch, and yet as heavy as my weight should be.
Should buzz.
Well ta'en, and like a buzzard.
Oh, slow-winged turtle, shall a buzzard take thee?
Aye, for a turtle, as he takes a buzzard.
Come, you wasp, faith, you're too angry.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
My remedy then is to pluck it out.
Aye, if the fool could find it where it lies.
Who knows not where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails. And so farewell.
What, with my tongue in your tail? Nay, come again, good Kate, I'm a gentleman.
That I'll try.
Whoa, I swear, I'll cuff you.
So may you lose your arms. If you strike me, you are no gentleman, and if no gentleman, why then no arms.
A herald, Kate? Oh, put me in thy books.
What is your crest? A cock's comb?
A combless cock, so Kate will be my hen.
No cock of mine. You crow too like a craven.
Kate, come on. You must not look so sour.
It is my fashion when I see a crab.
Why? Here's no crab, therefore look not sour.
There he is. There he is.
Well, then show it me.
Had I a glass, I would.
What? You mean my face?
Well aimed, such a young one.
Now, by St. George, I'm too young for you.
Yet you are withered.
'Tis with cares.
I care not.
Nay, hear you, Kate. In sooth, you scape not so.
I chafe you if I tarry. Let me go.
No, not a whit. I find you passing gentle. 'Twas told me you were rough and coy and sullen. Now I find report a very liar. For you're pleasant, gamesome, passing courteous, but slow in speech, yet sweet as springtime flowers. Thou canst not frown. Thou canst not look askance, nor bite the lip as angry wenches will. Nor hast thou pleasure to be cross in talk, but thou with mildness entertainst thy wooers, with gentle conference, soft and affable. Why does the world report that Kate doth limp? Slanderous world. Kate is like the hazel twig, is straight and slender and as brown as hazelnuts and sweeter than the kernels. Well, let me see thee walk. Thou dost not halt.
Go, fool, and whom thou keepest, command.
Did ever Dian so become a grove as Kate this chamber with her princely gate? Oh, be thou Dian, and let her be Kate, and then let Kate be chaste and Dian sportful.
Where did you study all this goodly speech?
It's extempore from my mother wit.
A witty mother, witless else her son.
Am I not wise?
Yes, keep you warm.
Marry, so I mean, sweet Caterina, in thy bed. And therefore, setting all this chat aside, thus in plain terms, your father hath consented that you shall be my wife. Your dowry agreed on, and will you nill you, I will marry you. For now, Kate, I am a husband for your turn. For by this light, whereby I see thy beauty doth make me like thee well, thou must be married to no man but me. For I am he born to tame you, Kate, bring you from a wild Kate to a Kate conformable as other household Kates. Here comes your father. Never make denial. I must and will have Caterina to my wife.
Now, Signor Petruchio, how speed you with my daughter?
How but well, sir, how but well. It were impossible I should speed amiss.
Oh, why, how now, daughter Caterina? In your dumps?
Call me your daughter. Now, I promised you, you have showed a tender fatherly regard to wish me wed to one half lunatic, a madcap ruffian and a swearing jack that thinks with oaths to face the matter out.
Father, 'tis thus. Yourself and all the world that talked of her have talked amiss of her. If she be cursed, it's for policy, for she's not froward, but modest as the dove. She's not hot, but temperate as the morn. For patience she will prove a second gristle, and Roman Lucrece for her chastity. And to conclude, we have agreed so well together that upon Sunday is the wedding day.
I'll see thee hanged on Sunday first.
Is this your speeding? Nay, then good night our part.
Be patient, gentlemen. I choose her for myself. If she and I be pleased, what's that to you? 'Tis bargain twixt us twain, being alone, that she shall be cursed in company. I tell you, it's incredible to believe how much she loves me. Oh, the kindest Kate. She hung about my neck and kiss on kiss. She vied so fast, protesting oath on oath, that in a wink she won me to her love. Oh, you're novices. 'Tis a world to see how tame, when men and women are alone, a meacock wretch can make the cursedest shrew. Give me thy hand, Kate. I will unto Venice to buy apparel against the wedding day. Provide the feast, father. Bid the guests. I'm sure my Caterina shall be fine.
I know not what to say. But give me your hands. God send you joy, Petruchio. 'Tis a match.
Amen.
Amen, we say.
We will be witnesses.
We will be.
Father and wife and gentlemen, adieu. I will to Venice. Sunday comes apace. We'll have rings and things and fine array, and kiss me, Kate. We'll be married on Sunday.
Ever a match clapped up so suddenly?
Oh, faith, gentlemen, now I play a merchant's part, and venture madly on a desperate mart.
'Twas a commodity lay fretting by you. 'Twill bring you gain, or perish on the seas.
The gain I seek is quiet in the match.
No doubt he hath got a quiet catch. But now, Baptista, to your younger daughter. Now is the day we long have looked for. I am your neighbour, and was suitor first.
And I am the one that loves Bianca more than words can witness or thoughts can guess.
Youngling, thou canst not love so dear as
Grey
I.
beard, thy love doth freeze.
But thine doth fry. Skipper, stand back. 'Tis age that nourisheth.
But youth in ladies' eyes that flourisheth.
Content, you gentlemen, I will compound this strife. 'Tis deeds must win the prize, and he of both that can assure my daughter's greatest dower shall have my Bianca's love. Say, Gremio, what can you assure her?
Oh, first, as you know, my house within the city is richly furnished with plate and gold, basins and ewers to lave her dainty hands, my hangings all of Tyrian tapestry. In ivory coffers I have stuffed my crowns, in cypress chests my arras counterpoints, costly apparel, tents and canopies, fine linen, turkey cushions bossed with pearl, valance of Venice, golden needlework, pewter and brass, and all things that belong to house or housekeeping. Now, in my farm I have 100 milch kine to the pail, 60 fat oxen standing in my stalls, and all things answerable to this portion. Myself am struck in years, I must confess, and if I die tomorrow, this is hers. If, whilst I live, she will be only mine.
That only came well in. Sir, list to me. I am my father's heir and only son. If I may have your daughter to my wife, I'll leave her houses 3 or 4 as good, within rich Pisa walls, as any one of old Signor Gremio has in Padua, besides 2,000 ducats by the year of fruitful land, all of which shall be her jointure. Oh, what, have I pinched you, Signor Gremio?
2,000 ducats by the year of land. My land amounts to not so much in all, that she shall have. Besides an argosy that now is lying in Marseilles Road. What? Have I choked you with an argosy?
Gremio, 'tis known my father hath no less than 3 great argosies, besides 2 gallices, and 12 tight galleys. These I will assure her, and twice as much, whate'er thou asked her next.
Nay, I have offered all. I have no more. And she can have no more than all I have. If you like me, she shall have me and mine.
Why? Then the maid is mine from all the world. By your firm promise, Gremio is outvied.
I must confess your offer is the best, and let your father make her the assurance. She is your own. Else you must pardon me. If you should die before him, where's her dower?
That's but a cavil, he is old, I young.
And may not young men die as well as old?
Well, gentlemen, I am thus resolved. On Sunday next, you know my daughter Caterina is to be married. Now, on the Sunday following, shall Bianca be bride to you. If you, this assurance. If not, Signor Gremio. And so, I take my leave, and thank you both.
Adieu, good neighbour.
Yeah.
Now I fear thee not. Sirrah, young gamester, your father were a fool to give thee all, and in his waning age set foot under thy table. Tut! A toy. An old Italian fox is not so kind, my boy.
Oh, a vengeance on your crafty withered hide. Yet I have faced it with a card of 10. 'Tis in my head to do my master good. I see no reason, but supposed Lucentio must get a father, called supposed Vincentio. And that's a wonder. Fathers commonly do get their children, but in this case of wooing, a child shall get a sire, if I fail not my cunning.
Act 3, Scene 1, Padua.
Fiddler, forbear. You grow too forward, sir. Have you so soon forgot the entertainment her sister Caterina welcomed you withal?
But wrangling, Pennant, this, the patroness of heavenly harmony, then give me leave to have prerogative, and when in music we have spent an hour, your lecture shall have leisure for as much.
Oh, preposterous ass! That never read so far to know the cause why music was ordained. Was it not to refresh the mind of man after his studies or his usual pain? Then give me leave to read philosophy, and while I pause, serve in your harmony.
Sirrah, I will not bear the praise of thine.
My gentleman, you do me wrong, double wrong, to strive for that which resteth in my choice. I am no breeching scholar in the schools. I'll not be tied to hours nor pointed times, but learn my lessons as I please myself. And to cut off all strife, here sit we down, take your instrument, play you the whiles. His lecture will be done ere you have tuned.
You'll leave his lecture when I am in tune?
That will be never. Tune your instrument.
Where left we last?
Here, madam. Hic ibat simois, hic est seguea telus, hic steterat priami regia celsa senis.
Construe them?
Hic ibat, as I told you before, simois, I am Lucentio. Hic est, son unto Vicentio of Pisa. Sigea telus, disguised thus to get your love. Hic steterat, and that Lucentio that comes a wooing. Priami is my man Tranio. Regia, bearing my port, Celsa Senis, that we might beguile the old pantaloon.
Madam, my instrument's in tune.
Go, let's hear. Oh, fine, the treble jars.
Spit in the hole, man, and tune again.
Now let me see if I can construe it. Hic ibat simois? I know you're not. Hic est sigeia tellus?
It's very good.
I trust you not. Hic steterat priami? Take heed, he hear us not. Regia? Presume not. Celsa senis? Despair not.
Madam, 'tis now in tune.
Yes, all but the bass.
The bass is right. 'Tis the bass knave that jars. How fiery and froward our pedant is now. For the life the knave doth court my love. Pedescule, what you better yet.
In time I may believe, yet I mistrust.
Mistrust it not, for sure Aeacides was Ajax, called so from his grandfather.
I must believe my master, else I promise you I should be arguing still upon that doubt. But let it rest. Now, Licio, to you. Good masters, take it not unkindly, pray, that I have been thus pleasant with you both.
You may go walk and give me leave a while. My lessons make no music in 3 parts.
Are you so formal, sir? Well, I must wait, and watch with all, for but I be deceived, our fine musician groweth amorous.
Madam, before you touch the instrument, to learn the order of my fingering, I must begin with rudiments of art, to teach you game it in a briefer sort, more pleasant, pithy, and effectual than hath been taught by any of my trade. And there it is, in writing, fairly drawn.
I am past my gamut long ago.
Yet read the gamut of Hortensio.
Gamut, I am, the ground of all accord. A, Ray, to plead Hortensio's passion. B, me, Bianca, take him for thy lord. C, far ut, that loves with all affection. D, sol re, 1 clef, 2 notes have I. E, la mi, show pity or I die. Well, call you this gamut? Tut, I like it not. Old fashions please me best. I am not so nice to change true rules for old inventions. Now I must leave my books and help to dress my sister's chamber up, for tomorrow is the wedding day. So, farewell, sweet masters both. I must be gone.
Faith, mistress, then I have no cause to stay.
But I have cause to pry into this pedant. Methinks he looks as though he were in love. Yet, if thy thoughts, Bianca, be so humble to cast thy wandering eyes on every stales, seize thee that list, if once I find thee ranging, Hortensio will quit with thee by changing.
Act 3, Scene 2, Padua, outside Baptista's house. Signor Licentio, this is the appointed day that Caterina and Petruchio should be married, and yet we hear not of our son-in-law. What will be said? What mockery will it be to want the bridegroom when the priest attends to speak the ceremonial rites of marriage? What says Lucentio to this shame of ours?
No shame but mine. I must forsooth be forced to give my hand opposed against my heart. unto a mad-brained Rudsby full of spleen, who wooed in haste and means to wed at leisure. I told you he was a frantic fool, hiding his bitter jests in blunt behaviour, and to be noted for a merry man. He'll woo 1,000, point the day of marriage, make feasts, invite friends, and proclaim the banns, yet never means to wed where he hath wooed. Now must the world point at poor Caterina, and say, Lo, there is mad Petruchio's wife. If it would please him to come and marry her.
Patience, good Caterina, and Baptista too. Upon my life, Petruchio means but well. Whatever fortune stays him from his word, though he be blunt, I know him passing wise. Though he be merry, yet he's honest.
Would Caterina had never seen him, though.
Go, girl, I cannot blame thee now to weep, for such an injury would vex a very saint, much more a shrew of thy impatient humour.
Where's my Kate? Where is my lovely bride? How does my father? Gentles, methinks you frown. Wherefore gaze this goodly company as if they saw some wondrous monument, some comet or unusual prodigy?
Why, sir, you know this is your wedding day. First, we're sad, fearing you would not come. Now sadder that you come so unprovided.
And tell us, what occasion in Vivenport hath all so long detained you from your wife, and sent you hither so unlike yourself?
Tedious it were to tell, and harsh to hear. Sufficeth, I come to keep my word, though in some part enforced to digress, which at more leisure I will so excuse as you shall well be satisfied withal. But where is my Kate? I stay too long from her. The morning wears, to times we're at church.
See not your bride in these unreverent robes. Go to my chamber, put on clothes of mine.
No, not I, believe me. Thus I'll visit her.
But thus, I trust you will not marry her.
Good sooth, even thus. Therefore had done with words. To me she's married, not unto my clothes. Could I repair what she will wear in me, as I can change these poor accoutrements to a well for Kate, and better for myself. But what a fool am I to chat with you when I should bid good morrow to my bride, and seal the title with a lovely kiss?
But to Bianca's love concerneth us to add her father's liking, which to bring to pass, as I before unparted to your worship, I am to get a man, whate'er he be. It skills not much, will fit him to our turn, and he shall be Vincentio of Pisa, and make assurance here in Padua of greater sums than I have promised. So shall you quietly enjoy your hope, and marry sweet Bianca with consent.
Were it not that my fellow schoolmaster doth watch Bianca's steps so narrowly, it were good, methinks, to steal our marriage, which, once performed, let all the world say no. I'll keep mine own, despite of all the world.
That by degrees we mean to look into, and watch our vantage in this business. We'll overreach the greybeard Gremio, the narrow prying Father Baptista, the quaint musician amorous Licio, or for my master's sake, Lucentio. Signor Gremio, came you from the church?
As willingly as I came from school.
And is the bride and bridegroom coming home?
A bridegroom, say you? 'Tis a groom indeed, a grumbling groom, and that the girl shall find.
Curster than she, why, 'tis impossible.
Why, he's a devil, a very fiend.
Why, she's a devil, the devil's dam.
Tut, she's a lamb, a dove, a fool to him. I'll tell you, Sir Lucentio, when the priest should ask if Caterina should be his wife, "Aye, by Gog's wounds," quoth he, and swore so loud that all amazed the priest let fall the book, and as he stooped again to take it up, the mad-brained bridegroom took him such a cuff that fell down priest and book and priest. "Now take them up," quoth he, "if any list."
What said the wench when he rose again?
Trembled and shook, for why he stamped and swore, as if the vicar meant to cozen him. But after many ceremonies done, he calls for wine. "A health," quoth he, as if he'd been aboard carousing to his mates after a storm, quaffed off the muscadel and threw the sops all in the sexton's face, having no other reason but that his beard grew thin and hungerly and seemed to ask him sops as he was drinking. This done, he took the bride about the neck and kissed her lips with such a clamorous smack that at the parting all the church did echo. And I, seeing this, came thence for very shame. And after me, I know, the rout is coming. Such a mad marriage never was before.
Gentlemen and friends, I thank you for your pains, and I know you think to dine with me today, and have prepared great store of wedding cheer, but so it is, my haste doth call me hence, and therefore here I mean to take my leave.
It's possible you will away tonight.
I must away today, before night come. Make it no wonder if you knew my business, you would entreat me rather go than stay. And honest company, I thank you all that have beheld me give away myself to this most patient, sweet, and virtuous wife. Dine with my father, drink a health to me, for I must hence, and farewell to you all.
Let us entreat you stay till after dinner.
It may not be.
Let me entreat you.
It cannot be.
Let me entreat you.
I am content.
Are you content to stay?
I am content you shall entreat me stay, but yet not stay. Entreat me how you can.
Now, if you love me, stay.
Grumio, my horse.
Nay, then, do what thou canst. I will not go today. No, nor tomorrow. Not till I please myself. The door is open, sir. There lies your way. You may be jogging while your boots are green. For me, I'll not be gone till I please myself. 'Tis like you'll prove a jolly surly groom, that take it on you at the first so roundly.
O Kate, content thee. I prithee, be not angry.
I will be angry. What hast thou to do? Father, be quiet. He shall stay at my leisure.
Ay, marry, sir, now it begins to work.
Gentlemen, forward to the bridal dinner. I see a woman may be made a fool, if she had not spirit to resist.
They shall go forward, Kate, at thy command. Obey the bride. You that attend on her, go to the feast, revel and domineer, carouse full measure to her maidenhead, be mad and merry, or go hang yourselves. But for my bonny Kate, she must with me. Nay, look not big, nor stamp, nor fret. I will be master of what is mine own. She is my goods, my chattels. She is my house, my household stuff, my field, my barn, my horse, my ox, my ass, my anything. And here she stands. Touch her, whoever dare.
No, let them go.
Went they not quickly, I should die with laughing.
Of all mad matches, never was the like.
Mistress, what's your opinion of your sister?
That being mad herself, she's madly mated.
I warrant him, Petruchio is catered.
Neighbours and friends, the bride and bridegroom wants, for to supply their places at the table, you know there wants no junkets at the feast. Lucentio, you shall supply the bridegroom's place, and let Bianca take her sister's room.
Shall sweet Bianca practice how to bride it?
She shall, Lucentio. Come, gentlemen, let's go. 4, Scene 1, Petruchio's country house.
Fetch my supper in! Nay, good sweet Kate, be merry. Off with my boots! It was the friar of orders grey as he walked forth upon his... You pluck my foot awry! Take that! Mend the plucking of the other. Be merry, Kate. Some water here. What ho! Where's my spaniel? Troilus! Sirrah, get you hence and bid my cousin hither. One, Kate, you must kiss and be acquainted with. Where are my slippers? Shall I have some water? Come, Kate, and wash and welcome heartily. You villain! Will you let it fall?
Patience! I pray you, 'twas a fault unwilling.
Whoreson, beetle-headed, flap-eared knave. Come, Kate, sit down. I know you have a stomach. Will you give thanks, sweet Kate, or else shall I... What's this? Mutton? 'Tis burnt! And so is all the meat. What dogs are these? Where is that rascal cook? How durst you, villains, bring it hither from the dresser, and serve it to me thus that love it not? There, take it thou with you, treacherous cups and all. You heedless joltheads and unmannered slaves. What? Do you grumble? I'll be with you straight.
I pray you, husband, be not so disquiet. The meat was well, if you were well contented.
I tell thee, Kate, 'twas burnt and dried away, and I expressly am forbid to touch it, for it engenders choler, planteth anger, and 'twere better that both of us did fast, since of both of us ourselves are choleric, and that feed it with such over-roasted flesh. Be patient. Tomorrow shall be mended, and for this night we'll fast for company. Come, I'll bring thee to my bridal chamber. Thus have I politically begun my reign, and 'tis my hope to end successfully. My falcon now is sharp and passing empty. Until she swoop, she must not be full gorged, for then she never looks upon her lure. Another way I have to man my haggard, to make her come and know her keeper's call, that is, to watch her. As we watch these kites that beat and bait and will not be obedient, she ate no meat today, nor none shall eat. Last night she slept not, nor tonight she shall not. As with the meat, some undeserved fault I'll find about the making of the bed. Here I'll fling the pillow, and there the bolster, this way the coverlet, another way the sheets. Aye, and amid this hurly I intend that all is done in reverent care of her. And in conclusion, she shall watch all night, and if she chance to nod, I'll bawl and brail and rail and brawl, and with the clamour keep her still awake. This is the way to kill a wife with kindness, and thus I'll curb her mad and headstrong humour. But he that knows better how to tame a shrew, let him now speak. 'Tis charity to show.
Act 4, Scene 2, Padua.
Is possible, friend Licio, that Mistress Bianca doth fancy any other but Lucentio? I tell you, sir, she bears me fair in hand.
Sir, to satisfy you in what I have said, stand by and mark the manner of his teaching.
Now, mistress, profit you in what you read?
What master read you? First, resolve me that.
I read that I profess not to love.
And may you prove, sir, master of your art.
While you, sweet dear, prove mistress of my heart.
Quick proceed as marry. Now, tell me, I pray, that you that durst swear at your mistress Bianca loved none in the world so well as Lucentio.
Oh, despiteful love, unconstant womankind. I tell thee, Licio, this is wonderful.
Mistake no more. I am not Licio, nor musician I seem to be, but one that scorn to live in this disguise, for such a one as a gentleman, and make a god of such a cullion. Know, sir, that I am called Hortensio.
Signor Hortensio, I've often heard of your entire affection to Bianca, and since mine eyes are witness of her lightness, I will with you, if you be so contented, forswear her love forever.
See how they kiss and court, Signor Licentio. Here is my hand, and here I firmly vow never to woo her no more, but do forswear her as one unworthy all the former favours that I have fondly flattered her withal.
And here I take the unfeigned oath, never to marry with her, though she would entreat. Oh, fie on her! See how beastly she doth court him.
Would all the world, but he had quite forsworn for me that I may surely keep mine oath. I will be married to a wealthy widow ere 3 days pass, which hath as long loved me, and I have loved this proud, disdainful haggard. And so farewell, Signor Lucentio. Kindness in women, not their beauteous looks, shall win my love, and so I take my leave in resolution as I swore before.
Mistress Bianca, bless you with such grace as belongeth to a lover's blessed case. Nay, I have ta'en you napping, gentle love, and have forsworn you with Hortensio.
Tranio, you jest, but have you both forsworn me?
Mistress, we have.
Then we are rid of Licio.
In faith, he'll have a lusty widow now, that shall be wooed and wedded in a day.
God give him joy.
Aye, and he'll tame her.
He says so, Tranio?
Faith, he is gone unto the taming school.
The taming school? What? Is there such a place?
Aye, mistress, and Patricio is the master that teaches tricks 11 and 20 long to tame a shrew and charm her chattering tongue.
God save you, sir.
And you, sir, you are welcome. Travel you far on, or are you at the farthest?
Oh, sir, at the farthest for a week or two, but then up farther, and as far as Rome, and so to Tripoli, if God give me life.
Oh, what countryman, I pray?
Of Mantua.
Of Mantua, sir! Marry, God forbid, and come to Padua, careless of your life.
Mine life, sir? How, I pray, for that goes hard.
'Tis death for anyone in Mantua to come to Padua. Know you not the cause? Your ships are stayed at Venice, and the Duke, for private quarrel twixt your Duke and him, hath published and proclaimed it openly. Oh, 'tis marvel, but that you are newly come, you might have heard it else proclaimed aloud.
Oh, alas, sir, it is worse for me than so, for I have bills for money to exchange from Florence, and must here deliver them.
Oh, well, sir, to do you courtesy, this I will do, and this I will advise you. First tell me, have you ever been at Pisa?
Aye, sir, in Pisa have I often been. Pisa is renowned for grave citizens.
Among them know you one Vincentio?
Well, I know him not, but I have heard of him, a merchant of incomparable wealth.
He is my father, sir, and sooth to say, in countenance somewhat doth resemble you.
Oh.
To save your life in this extremity, this favour will I do you for his sake, and think it not the worst of an your fortunes that you are like to Sir Vincentio. His name and credit shall you undertake, and in my house you shall be friendly lodged. So if this be courteous, accept of it.
Oh, sir, I do, and will repute you ever the patron of my life and liberty.
Oh, then go with me to make the matter good. Oh, this, by the way, I let you understand. My father is here looked for every day to pass assurance of a dower in marriage twixt me and one Baptista's daughters here. In all these circumstances, I'll instruct you. Go with me to clothe you as becomes you.
Act 4, Scene 3, Petruchio's country house.
No, forsooth, I dare not for my life.
The more my wrong, the more his spite appears. What, did he marry me to famish me? Beggars that come unto my father's door upon entreaty have at present aims. If not elsewhere, they meet with charity. But I, who never knew how to entreat, nor never needed that I should entreat, and starved for meat, giddy for lack of sleep, with oath kept waking and with brawling fed, and that which spites me more than all these wants, he does it under name of perfect love, as who should say, if I should sleep or eat, 'twere deadly sickness, or else present death. I prithee, go and get me some repast. I care not what, so long as it be wholesome food.
What say you to a neat's foot?
'Tis passing good. I prithee, let me have it.
Oh, I fear it is too choleric a meat. How say you to a fat tripe, finely broiled?
I like it well. Good Grumio, fetch it me.
I cannot tell. I fear 'tis choleric. What say you to a piece of beef and mustard?
A dish that I do love to feed upon.
But the mustard is too hot a little.
Why then the beef, and let the mustard rest.
Nay, then I will not. You shall have the mustard, or else you get no beef of Grumio.
Then both, or one, or anything thou wilt.
Why then the mustard without the beef?
Go, get thee gone, thou false deluding slave, that feedest me with the very name of meat. Sorrow on thee and all the pack of you that triumph thus upon my misery. Go, get thee gone, I say.
How fares my Kate? What, sweeting? All a mort?
Mistress, what cheer?
Faith, as cold as can be.
Pluck up thy spirits. Look cheerfully upon me. Here, love. See how diligent I am to dress thy meat myself and bring it thee. I'm sure, sweet Kate, that this kindness merits thanks. What? Oh, not a word? Nay, then thou lovest it not, and all my pains are sorted to no proof. Here, take away this dish.
I pray you, let it stand.
Well, the poorest service is repaid with thanks, and so shall mine before you touch the meat.
I thank you, sir.
Signor Petruchio, fie, you are to blame. Come, Miss Kate, I'll bear you company.
Eat it all up, Hortensio, if thou lovest me. Much good do it to your gentle heart. Kate, eat apace. And now, my honey love, we will return unto thy father's house, and revel it as bravely as the best, with silken coats and caps and golden rings, with ruffs and cuffs and fardingales and things, with scarves and fans and double change of bravery, with amber bracelets, beads, and all this knavery. Oh. This was moulded on a porringer, a velvet dish. Fie, it's lewd and filthy. Why, 'tis a cockle, or a walnut shell, a knack, a toy, a trick, a baby's cap. Away with it. Come, let me have a bigger.
I'll have no bigger. This doth fit the time, and gentlewomen wear such caps as these.
Oh, when you are gentle, then you shall have one too. Not till then.
That will not be in haste.
Why, sir, I trust I may have leave to speak, and speak I will. I am no child, no babe. Your betters have endured me say my mind, and if you cannot, best you stop your ears. My tongue will tell the anger of my heart, or else my heart concealing it will break. And rather than it shall, I will be free, even to the uttermost, as I please in words.
Why then, thou say'st true. It is a paltry cap, a custard coffin, a bauble, a silken pie. I love thee well, that thou likest it not.
Love me or love me not, I like the cap and I will have it, or I will have none.
My gown? Why, come, Taylor, let's see it. Oh, mercy. God, what masking stuff is here? What's this, a sleeve? It's like a demi-cannon. What, up and down, carved up like a apple tart? Here's snip and nip and cut and slish and slash like to a censor in a barber shop. What in devil's name, Taylor, callest thou this?
I never saw a better fashioned gown, more quaint, more pleasing, nor more commendable. Belike you mean to make a puppet of me.
Well, come, my Kate, we will unto your fathers, even in these honest mean habiliments. Our purses shall be proud, our garments poor, for 'tis the mind that makes the body rich. And as the sun breaks through the darkest clouds, so honor appeareth in the meanest habit. What, is the jay more precious than the lark because his feathers are more beautiful? Or is the adder better than the eel because his painted skin contents the eye? Oh no, good Kate, neither art thou the worse for this poor furniture and mean array. If thou count'st it shame, lay it on me. And therefore frolic. We will henceforth with to feast and sport us at thy father's house. Go, call my men, let us straight to him, and bring my horses into Long Lane End. There we will mount and thither walk on foot. Let's see, it is some 7 o'clock, and well we may come there by dinner time.
I dare assure you, sir, 'tis almost 2, and 'twill be supper time ere you come there.
It shall be 7 ere I go to horse. Look, what I speak or do, or think to do, you're still crossing it. Sirs, let it alone. I'll not go today, or ere I do it shall be what clock I say.
Why, so this gallant will command the sun.
Act 4, Scene 5, on the road to Padua.
Come on, in God's name, once more toward our fathers. Good Lord, how brightly and goodly shines the moon.
The moon? The sun. It is not moonlight now.
I say it's the moon that shines so bright.
I know it is the sun that shines so bright.
Now, by my mother's son, and that's myself, it shall be the moon or star, or what I list, or ere I journey to your father's house. Go on, fetch my horses back again. Evermore crossed and crossed, nothing but crossed.
Say as he says, or we shall never go.
Forward, I pray, since we have come so far, and be it moon or sun or what you please. And if you please to call it a rush candle, henceforth I vow it shall be for me.
I say it is the moon.
I know it is the moon.
Nay, then you lie, for 'tis the blessed sun.
Then God be blessed, it's the blessed sun. But sun it is not when you say it is not, and the moon changes even as you mind. What you will have it named, even that it is. And so it shall be for Caterina.
Petruchio, go thy ways, the field is won.
Well, forward, forward, thus the bowl should run, and not unluckily against the bias. But soft, what company's coming here? Good morrow, gentle mistress. Where away? Tell me, sweet Kate, tell me truly too, hast thou seen a fresher gentlewoman? What war of white and red within her cheeks? What stars do spangle heaven with such beauty as those 2 eyes become that heavenly face? Fair lovely maid, once more good day to thee. Sweet Kate, embrace her for her beauty's sake.
And will make the man mad to make a woman of him.
Young budding virgin, fair and fresh and sweet, whither away, or where is thy abode? Happy the parents of so fair a child, happier the man whom favourable stars all lot thee for his lovely bedfellow.
Why, how now, Kate? I hope thou art not mad. This is a man, old, wrinkled, faded, withered, not a maiden, as thou sayest he is.
Pardon, old father, my mistaking eyes that have been so bedazzled by the sun. that everything I look on seemeth green. Now I perceive thou art a reverend father. Pardon, I pray thee for my mad mistaking.
Do, good old grandsire, and withal make known which way thou travellest. If along with us, we should be joyful of thy company.
Sir, and you, my merry mistress, that with your strange encounter much amazed me. My name is called Vincentio, my dwelling Pisa, and bounder I am to Padua, there to visit a son of mine, which long I have not seen.
What's his name?
Lucentio, gentle sir.
Happily we meet, and happier for thy son. And now, by law, as well as reverend age, I may entitle thee my loving father. The sister to my wife, this gentlewoman, thy son by this is married. Wonder not, nor be not grieved. She's of good esteem, her dowry wealthy, and of worthy birth. Besides, so qualified as may beseem the spouse of any gentleman. Let me embrace now with old Vincentio, and wonder we to see thy honest son, who will of thy arrival be full joyous.
But is it true? Or else is it your pleasure, like pleasant travellers, to break a jest upon the company you overtake?
I do assure thee, father, so it is.
Come, go along, and see the truth hereof, for our first merriment hath made thee jealous.
Well, Petruchio, this has put me in heart. Have to my widow, if she be froward, then hast thou taught Hortensio to be untoward.
Act 5, Scene 1, Padua, outside Lucentio's house.
Sir, here's the door. This is Lucentio's house. His father bears more towards, my father's bears more toward the marketplace. Thither must I. And here I leave you, sir.
Oh, you shall not choose but drink before you go. I think I shall command your welcome here, and by all likelihood some cheer is toward.
They're busy within. You would best knock louder.
What is he that knocks as if he would beat down the gate?
Is Signor Lucentio within, sir?
He's within, sir, but not to be spoken withal.
What if a man bring him £100 or two to make merry withal?
Keep your £100 to yourself. He shall need none for as long as I live.
Nay, I told you, sir, your son was well beloved in Padua. Do you hear, sir? To leave frivolous circumstance, I pray you tell Signor Lucentio his father is come from Pisa and is here at the door to speak with him.
Oh, thou liest. His father has come from Padua and is here looking out the window.
Art thou his father?
Aye, sir, so his mother says, if I may believe her.
Why, how now, gentlemen? Why, this is flat knavery to take upon another man's name.
Lay hands on the villain. I believe it means to cozen somebody in this city under my countenance. Help, son! Help, Signor Baptista!
Prithee, Kate, stand aside and see the end of this controversy.
Sir, what are you?
What am I, sir? Nay, what are you, sir? Oh, immortal gods! Oh, fine villain! A silken doublet, a velvet hose, a scarlet cloak, and a coppertane hat? Oh, I am undone! I am undone! While I play the good husband at home, my son and my servant spend all at the university.
How now? What's the matter?
What, is the man lunatic?
Sir, you seem a sober ancient gentleman by your habit, but your words show you a madman. Why, sir, what cerns it you if I wear pearl and gold? I thank my good father I am able to maintain it.
Thy father? Oh, villain! He is a sailmaker in Bergamo.
You mistake, sir. You mistake, sir. Pray, what do you think is his name?
His name? As if I knew not his name. I have brought him up ever since he was 3 years old, and his name is Tranio.
Oh, away, mad ass. His name is Lucentio, and he is mine only son, and heir to the lands of me, Signor Vicentio.
Lucentio! Oh, he hath murdered his master. Lay hold on him, I charge you in the Duke's name. Oh, my son, my son. Tell me, thou villain, where is my son Lucentio?
Oh, carry this mad knave to jail, Father Baptista. I charge you see that he be forthcoming.
Carry me to the jail?
Hey, officer, he shall not go to prison.
Talk not, Senor Gremio. I say he shall go to prison.
Take heed, Signor Baptista, lest you be coney-catched in this business. I dare swear he is the right Vincentio.
Swear if thou darest.
Nay, I dare not swear it.
Then thou wert best to say that I am not Lucentio.
Yes, I know thee to be Signor Lucentio.
Away with the dotard. To the jail with him.
Thus strangers may be hailed and abused. O monstrous villain!
Pardon, sweet father.
Lives my sweet son?
Oh.
Pardon, dear father.
How hast thou found? Where is Lucentio?
Here is Lucentio, right son to the right Vincentio, that have by marriage made thy daughter mine, while counterfeit supposes bleared thine eye.
Here's packing with a witness to deceive us all.
Where is that damned Tranio that faced and braved me in this matter so?
Why, tell me, is this not my Cambio?
Cambio is changed into Lucentio. Ta-da!
Love wrought these miracles. Bianca's love made me exchange my state with Tranio, while he did bear my countenance in the town. And happily, I have arrived at the last upon to the wished haven of my bliss. What Tranio did, myself enforced him to. Then pardon him, sweet father, for my sake.
I'll slit the villain's nose that would have sent me to jail.
But do you hear, sir? Have you married my daughter without asking my goodwill?
Fear not, Baptista. We will content you. Go to. But I will in, to be revenged for this villainy.
And I, to sound the depth of this knavery.
Look not pale, Bianca. Thy father will not frown.
My cake is down. But I'll in among the rest, out of hope of all but my share of the feast.
Act 5, Scene 2, Padua, inside Lucentio's house.
At last, though long, our jarring notes agree. In time it is, when rage in war is done, to smile at escapes and perils overblown. My fair Bianca, my father welcome, while I, with self-same kindness, welcome thine. Brother Petruchio, Sister Caterina, and thou, Hortensio, with thy loving widow. Feast with the best, and welcome to my house. My banquet is to close our stomachs up after our great good cheer. Pray you, sit down, for now we sit to chat as well as eat.
Nothing but sit and eat and eat.
Padua affords this kindness, son Petruchio.
Padua affords nothing but what is kind.
For both our sakes, I would that word were true.
Now, for my life, Hortensio fears his widow.
Then never trust me if I be afeard.
You're very sensible, and yet you miss my sense. I mean, Hortensio is feared of you.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round.
Roundly replied.
Mistress, how mean you that?
Thus I conceive by him.
Conceives by me? How likes Hortensio that?
My widow says, thus she conceives her tale.
Very well mended. Kiss him for that, good widow.
He that is giddy thinks the world turns round. I pray you, tell me what you mean by that.
Your husband, being troubled with a shrew, measures my husband's sorrow by his woe. And now you know my meaning.
A very mean meaning.
Right. I mean you.
And I am mean indeed, meaning you.
To her, Kate!
To her, widow.
100 marks, my Kate puts her down.
That's my office.
Spoke like an officer. How to thee, lad?
Ugh, how like Scremio these quick-witted fools.
Believe me, sir, they butt together well.
Head and butt and hasty-witted body. Would you say your head and butt were head and horn?
Aye, Mistress Bride. Hath that awakened you?
Aye, but not frighted me. Therefore I'll sleep again.
Nay, that thou shalt not. Since you've begun, haven't you for a bitter jest or two?
Am I your bird? I mean to shift my bush and then pursue me as you draw your bow. You're welcome, all.
She hath prevented me. Here, Signor Tranio, this bird you aimed at, though you hit her not, therefore a health to all that shot and missed.
Oh, sir, Lucentio slipped me like his greyhound, which runs after himself and catches for his master.
A good, swift simile. Something currish.
'Tis well, sir, that you hunted for yourself. 'Tis thought your deer does hold you at bay.
Oh ho, Petruchio. Tranio hit you now.
I thank thee for that good Tranio.
Confess, has he not hit you here?
And it has a little galled me, I confess, and as the jest did glance away from me, 'tis 10-1, it maimed you two outright.
Son, now in good sadness, son Petruchio, I think thou hast the veriest shrew of all.
I say no. Therefore, for assurance, let each one send unto his wife, and he whose wife is most obedient to come at first, when he doth send for her, shall win the wager we shall propose.
Content. What is the wager?
20 crowns.
20 crowns! I'd venture so much on my hawk or hound, but 20 times as much on my wife.
Okay, 100 then.
Content.
A match, 'tis done.
Who shall begin?
That will I. Go, bid my wife come to me.
I go.
Son, I'll be your half. Bianca comes.
I'll have no halves. I'll bear it all myself. How now? What news?
Your wife sends you word that she's busy and she can't come.
How? She's busy and she cannot come. Is that an answer?
Aye, and a kind one too. Pray God, sir, your wife send you not a worse.
I hope better.
Grumio, go and entreat my wife to come to me forthwith.
Oh, entreat her. Well, now she must needs come.
I'm afraid, sir, do what you can. Yours will not be entreated. Now, where's my wife?
She says you have some goodly jest in hand. She will not come. She bids you come to her.
Worse and worse! She will not come. Oh, vile, intolerable, not to be endured. Sir Grumio, go to your mistress. Say I command her to come to me.
I know her answer.
What?
She will not.
The foul of fortune mine, and there an end.
What? Now here comes Katerina.
What is your will, sir, that you send for me?
Where's your sister and Hortensio's wife?
They sit conferring by the parlour fire.
Go fetch them hither. If they deny to come, swinge them soundly forth unto their husbands. Away, I say, bring them hither straight.
Here is a wonder, if you talk of wonder.
And so it is. I wonder what it bodes.
Marry, peace it bodes, and love, quiet life, awful rule and right supremacy. To be short, what not that's sweet and happy?
Now fair befall thee, good Petruchio. the wager thou hast won. And I will add unto the losses 20,000 crowns, another dowry to another daughter. For she is changed, as she had never been.
Nay, I will win my wager better yet. and show more sign of her obedience, her new-built virtue and obedience. See where she comes and brings your forward wives as prisoners to her womanly persuasion. Katerina, that cap of yours becomes you not. Off with that bauble. Throw it underfoot.
Lord, let me never have a cause to sigh till I be brought to such a silly pass.
Fie, what a foolish duty call you this.
Would your duty were as foolish too. The wisdom of your duty, fair Bianca, hath cost me 100 crowns since supper time.
Oh, the more fool you for laying on my duty.
Katerina, I charge thee, tell these headstrong women what duty they do owe their lords and masters.
Oh, come, come, you're mocking. We will have no telling.
Come on, I say. First begin with her.
Oh, she shall not.
I say she shall. First begin with her.
Fie, fie. Unknit that unkind, threatening brow, and dart not scornful glances from those eyes, to wound thy lord, thy king, thy governor. It blots thy beauty, as frosts do bite the meads, confounds thy fame as whirlwinds shake their buds, and in no sense is meet or amiable. A woman moved is like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, bereft of beauty. And while 'tis so, none so dry or thirsty will deign to sip or touch one drop of it. Thy husband is thy lord, thy keeper, thy life, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee, and for thy maintenance commits his body to painful labour both by land and sea, to watch the night in storms, the day in cold, whilst thou liest warm at home, secure and safe, and craves no other tribute at thy hands but love, fair looks, and obedience. Too little payment for so great a debt. Such duty as the subject owes his prince, even such a woman oweth to her husband. And when she is froward, peevish, sullen, sour, and not obedient to his honest will, what is she but a foul, contending rebel and graceless traitor to her loving lord? I am ashamed that women are so simple, to offer war when they should kneel for peace, or seek for rule, supremacy, and sway when they are bound to serve, love, and obey. Why are our bodies soft and weak and smooth, unapt to toil and trouble in the world, but that our soft condition and our hearts should well agree with our external parts? Come, come, you froward and unable worms. My mind has been as big as one of yours, my heart as strong, my reason happily more, to bandy word for word and frown for frown. But now I see our lances are but straws, our strength as weak, our weakness past compare, that seeming to be most which we are indeed least are. Then veil your stomachs, for it is no boot, and place your hand beneath your husband's foot, in token of which duty, if he please. My hand is ready, may it do him ease.
Why, there's a wench. Come on and kiss me, Kate. We'll to bed. We three are married. You two are sped.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's streamed Shakespeare, Taming of the Shrew. Please give a warm round of applause to the cast. And now, the people behind the scenes, please give a warm round of applause for the crew, or as we call them, the Shrew Crew.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in this week. Don't forget that next Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m., we have Love's Labour's Lost, another installment from Streamed Shakespeare, which will be our 6th production in 5 weeks. Hope you're enjoying your lockdown with us. We're here for you and we love you. Have a beautiful week. See you next weekend. Ciao.
Thank you.